Now, are you looking to become wealthy? And do you aspire to be filthy rich? Well, chances are you are going about it all wrong. Before you can give yourself a shot at making life-changing money, you must first develop the proper mindset. Now, recently, I had a Facebook Messenger conversation with a reader seeking business advice, and this guy currently works 3 jobs that together require 90 hours a week. He's single with no kids, and he saves 30% of his income every single month. Now, on the surface, he's doing pretty well, and saving 30% of your income is no small feat. And based on our limited interactions, he strikes me as an extremely motivated and hard worker. So he wants to make more money. In fact, he wants to be really wealthy. So he asked me, Steve, I've been following your mini course and I want to make as much money as possible. I'm 26 years old and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Should I start a business or should I take on another job, save and invest? What would you do? Now, after starting 2 7-figure businesses while working only 20 hours per week, here are these 6 mindset changes that you need in order to make life-changing wealth. So mindset number 1 is that working a job will never make you life-changing money. Now, not long ago, I worked at a corporate job as an engineering director at a Fortune 500 company designing microprocessors, and I was getting paid fairly well, over $300K per year, and I was pretty happy at work. Now, depending on where you live, this might sound like a lot of money, but where I live, this level of income is par for the course if you want a good house in a decent school district. Regardless, the actual dollar amount is irrelevant. But I worked at this company for 17 straight years, and my average annual raise was on the order of 3 to 5% every single year. Only 3 to 5%. Now actually, I take that back. There were 2 occasions when I threatened to leave for another company and received a 10 to 20% raise on the spot. But besides those 2 instances, I was mostly stuck with modest single-digit increases from year to year. Now today, I consider a 3 to 5% salary increase unattractive, but I remember back in the day that 3 to 5% felt incredible. 5% of 300K is a lot of money, and I was thrilled with the extra spending money. However, once I started my e-commerce business with my wife, and we were achieving double and triple digit growth every single year, my 3 to 5% raises started feeling pretty paltry in comparison. Now, my day job income became even more relevant when my blog started taking off. Starting in 2012, consecutive years of 50 to 100% growth ballooned it into a 7-figure business. Now here's the revenue timeline for mywifequitherjob.com. In 2012, I broke 6 figures for the first time. In 2013, I made $171,000. In 2014, I broke $350,000. In 2015, I hit $712,000. In 2016, I hit over $1 million. And in 2017, I broke $1.4 million. Now, when I finally quit my engineering career in 2016, my businesses were making 8x more than my job. Not only that, but they required only a fraction of the number of hours I was spending at work. Plus, I didn't have to be physically present at an office, and I set my own schedule. Now, if you want to make life-changing money, working more jobs is never the answer. You need to build something that you can call your own. Now, if you're interested in learning how to start your own online store, check out my free 6-day mini course on e-commerce below. Mindset number 2, working a job is not safer than running a business. Now, it actually took me many years to realize that my steady day job was actually not that steady. When I was an engineering director, I was making a healthy 6-figure salary, and this was enough to pay my mortgage and all my bills, and in fact, the temptation of a steady paycheck pretty much eliminated any desire to start my own business. After all, why should I risk my own money and time when I can get a guaranteed paycheck from month to month? Now, the problem is that your paycheck is never guaranteed, and it can disappear in an instant. Now, having worked in the Silicon Valley for 20 years, I lived through 2 major recessions, the dot-com bust of 2002 and the financial crisis of 2007. And during both of those periods, I saw many of my colleagues get laid off and lose their jobs. No paycheck is safe. And I remember one particular friend, she was a single mom, who had just bought a house and signed her daughter up for private school when she discovered that she'd lost her job. Now, she was devastated and eventually had to pull her child out of school. And during the dot-com bust, I remember being terrified about getting laid off as well, which caused me great anxiety. I couldn't sleep at night, and I was worried about suddenly losing 100% of my income. So bottom line, before you pursue entrepreneurship, you must first realize that there are no guarantees in life. Both running a business and working a day job each carry their own risks, and having worked a day job for over 20 years, and multiple businesses for over 15 years. I can definitively say that running a business carries far less financial risk in the long run. Whereas you can lose 100% of your income overnight with your job, you will rarely experience the same outcome with your own business. Now, in the worst case scenario, your business will decline gradually, which will give you ample time to plan ahead. Mindset number 3, you have to forego the short term and focus on long-term gains. Now, when the reader, who I mentioned earlier in this video, asked me for advice on how to make more money, my first reply was, dude, you gotta quit one of your jobs. And then he replied, well, I like having the extra money and I save most of it every month, and without the third job, I'd be almost living paycheck to paycheck. Now, first off, I don't blame this reader for not wanting to quit. After all, he's saving 30% of his income and his strategy is pretty sound. The problem, however, is that he's probably exhausted by the time he gets home from work because he works 90 plus hours per week, and he likely doesn't have the energy to do much else. Now, I have no idea how much he saves from month to month, but I'm guessing that his third job only makes him a small incremental amount of money. Now, in my mind, working a third job is a result of short-term thinking. Should you work for someone else and make an extra $1,000 per month now? Or should you work for yourself, build something on your own, and potentially make hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in the future? If you can pay all of your living expenses with your current job, then you should invest all of your extra time in starting your own business. This way, there's very little risk. Meanwhile, you're building on something that could potentially make you life-changing money in the future. Mindset number 4, starting a business doesn't have to be risky. Now, when I was young, I used to think that starting a business involved pouring hundreds of thousands of dollars into a risky investment. But thanks to the internet, you can build an online business for less than $10 if you are strapped for cash. Now, if you follow my blog since 2009, you know that I started a bunch of other businesses before I settled on an e-commerce store selling handkerchiefs, and all those businesses cost me practically nothing to start. For example, early on in my online career, I ran a Craigslist eBay arbitrage business. Every day, I would comb through Craigslist for great deals on electronics, and whenever I saw a great deal, I would immediately pounce on it and then list the product on eBay. And at the height of this business, I was making close to $1,500 a month before I shut it down. I started My Wife Quit Her Job for less than $10, and today it's a 7-figure business. My wife and I started Bumblebee Linens for only $630, and it's a 7-figure business as well. On my podcast, I've interviewed several business owners who started with $0. For example, Joe Zitsukawa of JK Films started out making YouTube videos for free and now runs a 7-figure video business. You can actually listen to his interview below. But bottom line, you do not need any money at all to start an online business, but the required level of investment depends on your monetary goals. Now, in general, the more money that you're willing to invest, the faster you can make significant money. So here's a rough breakdown of different business models that you can pursue depending on your startup capital. If you have less than $10, start a blog. And if you want to start a business that's more passive in nature, then blogging is a pretty good fit. By sharing your thoughts and ideas on the internet, you can build traffic that you can later monetize with ads, affiliate offers, and your own products. You can also start a dropship store if you have less than $100 to invest. With a dropship store, you can sell goods online without having to invest in inventory. You can sell products on Amazon if you have less than $1,000, and by leveraging Amazon's vast marketplace, you can sell your own products on Amazon and start making money immediately. I've had students in my class make 6 figures in as little as 3 months with $1,000 in startup capital. Or you can sell products on your own online store, and this requires, I would say, less than $100, but you have to also pay for inventory. By selling your products on your own website, you can own the entire shopping experience and maximize your profit. Now, one of the students in my e-commerce course makes over $3 million a year selling insoles on our website, and again, you can listen to that episode below if you want. Mindset number 5, you gotta stick with your business for at least 3 years. Now, the number one question I get asked is, how fast can you make money with an online business? And I actually hate this question because it depends on your work ethic. There's no magic formula and everyone works at their own pace. And there's also some amount of luck and timing involved as well. Now, this question also demonstrates short-term thinking. Most people who ask this question are in a hurry and will rarely succeed in business. And this question also limits your persistence. Now, if I were to tell you that success could be achieved in 3 months, then would you probably give up on your business after 3 months if you saw no results? Probably, right? So instead of asking me how quickly you can make a buck, you should ask yourself how long you are willing to make consistent progress with your business. Are you willing to stick with it for at least 3 years no matter what the outcome? Are you willing to slog through the low periods and make no money for an extended period of time? Now, most people overestimate how much they can accomplish in a year, but vastly underestimate what they can achieve in 3 years or more. Now, with my blog, I actually made no money for 3 years. No one was reading my posts, and my mom routinely gave me lip service for wasting time on such a pointless endeavor. But I decided from the start that I was going to maintain my blog for at least 5 years, no matter what the outcome. And even though I didn't make $1 for 3 straight years, a few of my posts eventually grabbed the attention of large publications, and I established a strong readership over time. And once my blog caught fire, making money was easy, but I never would have seen a penny had I quit within the first 3 years. So bottom line, you should pursue your business with the goal of sticking it out for at least 3 years no matter what. With a long-term mindset, you will be prepared to weather through any storm. Mindset number 6, it's never too late to start any project. Other popular questions that I get asked all the time are, is it too late to start a business? Is the market too saturated? Don't 90% of businesses fail? Well, if you're asking yourself these questions, then you're simply making excuses for yourself. The best time to start a business is yesterday. In fact, I wish that I'd started my online businesses straight out of college, and if I knew back then what I know today, then I'd be all-powerful. According to Duke University, the Kauffman Foundation, the average entrepreneur is actually 40 years old when launching his or her first business. Now, the average age of leaders of high-growth startups is actually 45. So the reality is not everything you try is going to work out, so it pays to experiment with different business models to see what sticks. In other words, you should plant a number of money seeds in hopes that something might grow into something special. And in the grand scheme of things, your first business will probably not be a home run, but you'll probably score at least a base hit, and the experience you gain will be priceless. So for example, my eBay Craigslist arbitrage business made $1,500 a month, and it was a decent base hit. But because it wasn't a scalable business, I shut it down and parlayed the e-commerce skills I gained in the process to launch Bumblebee Linens. MyWifeQuitHerJob.com felt like a total failure during its first few years, mainly because my writing sucked. But over time, I improved my writing skills and started publishing articles people actually wanted to read. So bottom line, failure is all about interpretation. Technically, my eBay business and blog failed, but in reality, I was learning to hone my skills to build a better mousetrap in the future. Now, a wise Chinese man once said, "It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop." This wise man was Confucius. So this is the mindset you must have when you build a business. If you take a look at all the most successful companies out there, you'll notice that they all share one common trait. It took them many years to get there. FedEx didn't make a single dollar for 5 years. Neither did Amazon or Tesla or ESPN. But they all decided to play the long game. So if your goal is to become super rich and wealthy, then you need to build something of value and never stop. Hope you enjoyed this video. Now, if you like what you saw, there's actually a lot more where that came from if you subscribe to my channel below. And if you are interested in learning how to sell physical products online, then click over here and take my free 6-day mini course where I'll walk you through everything that you need to know to get started in e-commerce. Thanks for watching.